Dennis from BoardGameGeek. I'm here at SPIEL Essen 2024 Osprey Games booth, and we're going to get a brief overview of Battalion War of the Ancients. I've been very excited about this. I don't know much about it, but I just saw Paolo Mori's name as a co-designer, so I'm like, let's go.
Nice.
Jordan, how's it going?
Hi, it's going good. Right, okay, so welcome to the Punic Wars. We are currently playing Rome versus Carthage. In the box, you've got two other factions, so you've got the Han Dynasty and the Greco-Bactrians, and you can play them all against each other in whatever way you want. We're doing a set battle, but when you play the full game, you can choose to kind of muster your own army and set it up however you want. So on our battlefield, we've currently got a number of these units, which are made up of certain ranks. They are taking up one sector out of the three sectors that are here. And then within each sector, we've got the, what's it called? The formation zone, where they currently are.
Okay, cool.
And the engagement zone, which is when they get into melee combat.
Cool.
So, lastly, on our battlefield, we've got our camps. That's where we've got our tactics cards and also our command tokens, which are how we're going to be commanding the units throughout.
Okay.
So, the two ways to win this game. One of them is to make your opponent run out of cards, and when they're meant to take a card and can't, you've won. The other option is to completely empty their central sector, and then you've kind of made a path through to their camp, and then you've won. So, on your go, you start off by doing an optional redeployment where you get to move your units around, and then you do one of two things. You either command a unit or you rally. When you command a unit, you might be either barraging, which is shooting from afar, charging, where you get to run into melee combat, or assaulting when you're already in melee combat.
Okay.
Whenever you're doing those, you're building up a dice pool to attack your opponent. So your base is always going to be 3, and then you can do various things to add to that. You can discard cards. You might have card abilities that allow you to add to it. You might have unit abilities. So for example, these have screens, so they get to add dice when they're firing in response. Or you might be able to flank your units, so you add extra units to the side, and then you get friendly unit extra dice. So whatever you do, you'll roll a number of dice. Let's say I got to a happy 4. And you'll, oh my God. Then you're going to assign those dice. I'm so sad. Then you're going to assign those dice to the attack values that you got. So if I were attacking you with a barrage, that would be nothing. But say I managed to get this beautiful roll, I suddenly would get to hit you for 8s are always a hit, so that's lovely. And I would then get to assign these values here and do you 4 hits.
Okay, cool.
As the defender, you then get to choose how you take those hits, and that might either be in removing ranks, which slowly whittles down what you've got, or it might be in adding disorder to your units, which is saying they're still kind of holding it together, but they're not doing great.
Okay.
Eventually, your battlefield will be covered in these tokens, either because you've ordered them, so you've put those onto order, or because you've added disorder wherever they've got hit.
Gotcha.
At which point, you might choose to take a rally turn, and at that point, you're going to draw a card, you're going to recover any order that's out there, and you're going to turn over any disorder. So this game is very much how do I use my units to the best of their abilities? For example, my cavalry over here are fantastic when they're attacking on the flank, but they're quite easy to kill. So I want to think about when and where I use them.
Gotcha.
And the other thing is timing. So at the moment, everything that you have is out there. So if I attack a unit, you can't place disorder onto it. So I'm then going to have an easier time trying to whittle you down. So timing, using your units, and then like I said, your aim is to either empty the middle, so it's working out where do you position, or to get them to get rid of cards, which they're going to do either when a unit disbands or when they have to rally.
Very cool.
So it's this kind of ticking clock of who's going to destroy the opponent first.
Got it, cool. Are these all of the units?
No.
You have way more units than you...
We have lots of different units. For example, the who am I playing? Carthage. The Carthaginians currently don't have their elephants out, and the elephants are my favorite because they are the ones that, like, once they start moving, they're just gonna like mess you up. We've also got those 2 other factions that are in here that we don't have on the table.
Cool.
You're always going to be playing 1 against 1, but you could pair them up however you like, even though you've kind of got Punic Wars and I think the War of the Heavenly Horses, which is just the most beautiful name.
Okay.
You can play against anyone that you like.
And how does it work when it's 4 players?
When it's 4 players, you would have 2v2, and 1 player would control the right, 1 player would control the left, and you both control the middle.
Nice.
Whenever you're choosing who to activate, you can only activate people in your sections, and you can only play cards to help them. Whenever you choose who to take off, you're in control of your own sectors. The other thing is that turn order gets a bit funky.
Okay.
So at the beginning of each round, you roll a dice, and then you check these. That means 2 starts, and then you follow a special card that tells you, then you go, then you go, then you go.
Okay.
But you have to do that start of every round, so actually you could then go doubly twice, and so
nice.
it gets a little bit kind of chaotic when you add in those extra people.
Might get back-to-back turns.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jordan. And this is first available at SPIEL Essen 2024.
Yeah, absolutely.
Battalion War of the Ancients.